precipitation. In rainfall, I have discussed about the orographic as well as the other type of rainfall in terms of convectional rainfall and orographic rainfall. Today I am going to focus upon the frontal or cyclonic rainfall. That is one of the important type of rainfall, and that is called as frontal or cyclonic rainfall. As the name of this rainfall itself suggests that this type of rainfall is associated with the front or the cyclone. So we can say that the rainfall which occurred due to the formation of front or due to the cyclonic effect of the rainfall or due to the formation of cyclone, that type of rainfall is called as frontal or cyclonic rainfall. Then I think that it would have not been clear to you the real meaning or the essence of this rainfall without understanding of the terms front or the cyclone. So, in a brief discussion of the front, I have to mention about how this type of rainfall occurs and in what areas this type of rainfall is experienced. Generally, this rainfall of the cyclonic or frontal nature are experienced in the areas of the low pressure systems, especially the areas of the subpolar low pressure system, that is located in 60-degree subpolar low pressure system. Subpolar low pressure system is the area of 60 to 70-degree north and the south latitudes, 60-degree north to 70-degree north or 60-degree south to 70-degree south latitudes. This area belongs to the subpolar regions of the globe, and these areas experienced the huge rainfall having cyclonic and frontal in nature. Front is called, how many of you are living in Sir Sayyid hostel? कोई है?
Yes, sir.
The there are the two rooms in a jointed with each other. There is the back room and the front room in Sir Sayyid hostel. The front room and the back room. Have you ever heard about the front or the boundary? This term, front or the boundary?
No, sir.
Front indicates about a sloping boundary that existed between the two different air masses. The front is called if the two air mass, one is warm, humid, or the lighter, Another air mass that is cold, heavy, colder, heavier, and less humid. If the two air masses coming from the two different and opposite directions, then the boundary that separates these two different and contrasting air masses is called as front. Here I wanted to introduce you. Front is the sloping boundary that separates two different air masses coming from the different directions, and their characteristics are opposite with each other. I have told if front is the sloping boundary that is zonal in characteristics, and that front that is located as a form of the boundary and that separates and divides two different contrasting and opposite characteristics air masses with each other. The front means a sloping boundary that separates two different air masses having opposite characteristics in terms of their temperature, in terms of their pressure, humidity, as well as their directions. इन दो भागों को अलग अलग करने वाली एक स्लोपिंग बाउंड्री फ्रंट कहलाती है, जो दो डिफरेंट और अपोजिट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ वाले एयर मासेस को, एक कोल्ड एयर मास है और दूसरा वार्म एयर मासेस है. ये कोल्ड एयर मासेस, इसका टेम्परेचर काफी कम है, हेवी है, एज वेल एज इसके अंदर ह्यूमिडिटी भी कम है, दैट इज ड्राई. Warm air masses, they are lighter, having the greater temperature, having more humidity and more moisture, and they are coming from the two different source region. One is coming from the colder areas like the polar areas of the earth. Another one is coming from the warmer tropical areas of the earth. And when they meet to each other, then the boundary that separates two these varying characteristics of air masses with each other, that sloping zonal boundary is called as front. ये बात सबको समझ में आ गई? फ्रंट किसे कहते हैं? Yes, I think that you all can understood very easily. This front is generally formed in the areas of low pressure belt, and that is located at the 60 to 70 degree north hemisphere as well as 60 to 70 degree southern hemisphere. These two low pressure belts of the world, both located in northern as well as in southern hemisphere, attracts two different and opposite characteristics air masses. One is coming from the polar high pressure belt in the form of the polar easterlies, And another one is coming from the subtropical high pressure belt in the form of the westerlies wind. And when they meets to each other at the area of the subpolar low pressure belt, and due to their convergence, the front formed. And that construction of the front is the primary step of the formation of cyclone, especially the temperate cyclone. The front is the first stage of the formation of the cyclone, and that is known as frontogenesis. The formation of the front in the subpolar low pressure belt areas is called as frontogenesis. Then what happens is that when the warm air masses converges to the cold air masses in the areas of cold air masses, जैसे वार्म एयर मास और कोल्ड एयर मास जब आपस में मिले तो जो बाउंड्री इन दोनों के बीच में है, इस बाउंड्री को हम क्या कहते हैं? फ्रंट कहते हैं. जब वार्म एयर मास when it becomes active and try to encroach the area of the colder air masses, then it is called as warm front. When the warm air masses, it becomes active and it becomes very penetrating, and that enters into the area of cold air masses, then it is called as the warm front. On the other hand, when the colder air masses or the cold air masses encroaches to the area of warmer air, warm air masses, then it is called as cold front. अब इसमें जैसे मैंने कहा, एक तरफ बाउंड्री, आप इंटरनेशनल बाउंड्री देखिए, इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की दो फौजें अगर एक सीमा पर आके एक तरफ खड़ी हैं, तो जो बाउंड्री है जो एक तरफ पाकिस्तान को और इंडिया को अलग अलग करती है, उसे हम फ्रंट कहते हैं. उसी तरह से क्लाइमेटोलॉजी में, इफ द टू एयर मासेस having the different characteristics in terms of their temperature, pressure and humidity as well as their directions, these air masses are being separated by a sloping boundary, and that is called as front. And the rainfall that is associated with the front or the cyclone is called as frontal or the cyclonic rainfall. अब ये देखिए, ये साइक्लोनिक रेनफॉल और फ्रंटल रेनफॉल कैसे होता है. मैंने कहा कि when the colder warmer air masses, this is the warm air masses and this one is the colder air masses. When they meets to each other, the boundary between them is called as front. But after a few period of time, we know that warmer air masses that is lighter than the colder air masses has the more moisture, and it try to encroach in the area of the colder air masses, and it enters into the area of the colder air masses. Because of the low weight, because of the lower weight, the warmer air masses uplifted over the colder air masses. This is the colder air mass. because of the lighter weight of warmer air masses, when it enters into the area of cold air masses, it moves in upward directions, and because of its lower weight and low density, it moves in upward directions and uplifted over the colder air masses. And it has the moisture, and when it enters into the colder area where the temperature is low, then it started condensing, and the moisture, whatever the amount of moisture or the water vapor that is present in the warm air masses, when it meets to the colder air masses, it try to condense in the form of the minute water droplets. When the condensation occurs in the form of minute water droplets, and after further cooling, its sizes enhances and increased, and that cannot be upheld by that air mass, and it falls down because of the gravitational attraction of the Earth's surface. So this complete process of the front formation and later warm air activities, and it enters into the colder areas, that is called as warm front. And when it enters into the colder area, its moisture or the water vapor got condensed into the form of minute water droplets, and the cloud form, and later onwards the precipitation occurs in the form of the cyclonic rainfall or the frontal rainfall. Because of its cyclonic origin, the heavy downpour of the rainfall is recorded, but the area of this type of rainfall is limited to the areas of the front formation. Generally, it is located in the subpolar low pressure belt. Sometimes the tropical cyclone that is also associated with this rainfall, but having the different type of the formation characteristics, is also being experienced in the form of cyclonic rainfall. And the weather is very unstable. The instability of the weather is recorded in the subpolar low pressure belt area. That's why there is a dictum, a phrase, that Britain has always a weather and the Egypt has always a climate. ब्रिटेन में हमेशा मौसम ही रहता है इंग्लैंड में, और मिस्र में हमेशा क्लाइमेट ही रहता है. Because of the instability of the weather characteristics, this type of phrase or the dictum has been evolved. Yes, Atik, you want to ask question? Yeah, this type of rainfall is experienced in the areas of the Western Europe, or the areas where the cyclonic, or the especially the Western Europe, are the are the areas of the latitudes, high latitudes, where these areas are located in the form of frontal zone. Then it will be experienced to this type of rainfall more. Let us discuss about the another concept in detail, that is known as air masses. Beta, in geography, I think that you all are aware about the land masses, because it has been crossed, the geomorphology class has been passed out. then I can ask the question about what is land masses. Yeah, very good. Uh, the part or the portion of the lithospheric or the crustal surfaces that has been developed by solid rocky surfaces, terrestrial surfaces, that is called as land masses, or the areas that is consisted with the solid rock or the lithospheric part, that is called as land masses. The contiguous and larger land masses, contiguous and larger land masses having larger areas and uplifted over the sea level, that is called as continent. The smaller land masses in compared to the continent, that is surrounded from all the sides, the water from all the sides, that is called as islands. The peninsula is the land masses that is surrounded by the water from three sides. That is clear. I think that land masses will be clear. In the same way, in atmosphere, this land masses is the characteristics of the lithosphere, that the physical sphere of the earth. In the same way, the air masses are one of the important characteristics of the atmosphere. Air masses means a larger body of air, or you can say the huge body of air having homogeneous or the similar characteristics of temperature, pressure, directions, humidity, and cloudiness, etc., is called as air masses. Air masses means a huge body of air, a larger body of air having homogeneity in terms of weather element, most importantly temperature, humidity, pressure, and the vertical distribution or gradient of temperature and their directions horizontally over the earth's surface is called as air masses. ये बात समझ में आ रही है? The important characteristics that is required for the air masses is the larger body of air, एक बहुत बड़ा एयर का पार्ट एटमॉस्फेयर में, ह्यूज बॉडी ऑफ एयर जिसके तापमान, आर्द्रता या ह्यूमिडिटी, टेम्परेचर और दूसरे जो फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज हो उसमें यूनिफॉर्मिटी होनी चाहिए या होमोजीनस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होना चाहिए, उनके टेम्परेचर में, उनके अंदर के एटमॉस्फेरिक मॉइस्चर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स में एंड अदर फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में अगर सिमिलैरिटीज है, यूनिफॉर्मिटी है, हॉरिजॉन्टल होमोजेनिटी है, हॉरिजॉन्टल सिमिलैरिटीज है, and their extensions are thousands of the miles or kilometers over the earth's surface, and that is called as the air masses. It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Largely, there are two type of air masses on the basis of these homogeneous characteristics. One is warm air masses, and another one is the cold air masses. There are the two type of air masses that is experienced at a larger level. that is called as warm air mass and the cold air mass. Then what is warm air mass? Warm air mass means the air mass which has the more temperature in compared to the overlying land surfaces. The air masses which is warmer than their overlying earth surfaces is called as warmer air mass. वार्म एयर मास किसे कहेंगे? ऐसे एयर मासेस जिसकी तापमान या जिसका टेम्परेचर उस सरफेस से ज्यादा है जिस सरफेस पे वो ओरिजिन हुए हैं, जिस सरफेस पे वो मौजूद हैं. तो वार्म एयर मासेस आर दोज एयर मासेस which are warmer in terms of temperature, which are warmer in compared to the surface over which they are located. Colder air masses are those air masses which has the lower temperature in compared to the surfaces over which they are located. These two air masses, warm air masses and colder air masses, are cleared, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please ask. The cold layer which is beneath the warm air. Actually, warm air moves in upward directions over the colder air because cold air is the heavy, highly dense, and their pressure is more. Warm air is lighter. When they will meet to each other, automatically warm air will be above than the cold air. And that is the area where the thermal inversion also occurred. When the warmer air is above the colder air, this characteristics is called as temperature inversion or the thermal inversion also. When the cold air is below and warm air is above, then whatever, when it will be in contact with the cold air, then whatever the amount of moisture it will be there, that will started cooling down. And when the temperature will be cooled down, then the humidity capacity will be reduced, and ultimately the saturation point will be occurred and condensation take place. Then after the rainfall will occur. Yeah, but the orographic rainfall is the rainfall having the mountain barrier or the physical barrier or topographical barrier is there in the way, and that orographic barrier provides the upliftment of the characteristics to be upliftment of the air masses in a vertical direction, and then after it will be cooled due to adiabatic rate of cooling. Okay. So warm and cold air masses are the two air masses that has been categorized in terms of the types of air masses. We have seen that warmer air masses are those air masses which has the more temperature in compared to the surface over which they are located. Cold air masses are those air masses which are colder in compared to the overlying surfaces. Then another characteristics of warm air masses is it is lighter, less weight, it has the low weight, low pressure, it has more humidity, as well as it has originated over a different type of the surfaces that is the warmer area or source region. Cold air masses are those air masses that are originated generally in the areas of the colder source region where the temperature is low, where the wind is being located in the different type of the edges of the formations. One important thing that you have to remember is these air masses are characterized and originated over the definite source region. Source region. The characteristics of these air masses are derived from the source region over which they are originated and they are developed. The characteristics of those air masses, either warm or the cold air masses, are because of their varying source regions over which they are originated and developed. Then what is source region? The larger topographical region or the topographical characteristics, the properties of source area and direction of its movement, the horizontal homogeneity is being affected by the varying characteristics of source region. Source region उसे कहते हैं कि source region are the larger homogeneous areas, the extensive areas over which air masses originated or formed is called as source region. मैंने क्या कहा? सोर्स रीजन मैंने ये कहा द एक्सटेंसिव एरियाज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड over which an air masses is developed and originated or formed is called as source region. And the nature of the source region or the properties of the source region determines the temperature and moisture characteristics of air masses. Whatever the properties of the source region will be there, or the characteristics or the physical properties of the source region will be there, then the air masses will derive those properties from their source region. If the source region is the tropical areas, warmer areas, desert areas, then the air masses which are developed over this source region will be warmer air masses. If the source region is the tundra belt of the world or the polar areas which are the colder in nature, if the source region is the colder and having a very low temperature, then the air masses which will be developed over this colder source region will also be having the low temperature and different characteristics. I think that the concept of source region is clear.
Yes, sir.
Then how the air masses are affected and being observed, and how the homogeneous characteristics of air masses is being developed. Actually, I can say you in a very clear form that this homogeneity of the temperature or the humidity of the air masses is not practically found, but it is found in somewhere in general sense, but it is not practically possible because the nature and degree of the source region or the uniformity of air masses is dependent upon the topographic characteristics of the source region. the properties of the source area, their direction of the wind movement. If the changes or the uniformity of the source region is not recorded, then it will be not homogeneous. Sometimes the air masses also being affected because of their journey from one region to the another region and from away from the source region. The air masses are affected by the topographical characteristics of the source region, the properties of source area. Air masses is affected by the direction of their movement. Air masses is also controlled by the journey of their movement as well as the age of their air masses. If the longer durations stays there in the source region, the age of air masses will be more. Then it will be generally it will derive the characteristics of the source region of the overlying surfaces. Then नेक्स्ट क्लास में मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ द एयर masses is there and what are the various classification of air masses, geographical classification as well as in terms of the thermodynamics classification we will discuss. You have to study and revise with your textbook about the air masses and the front. Thank you so much. All the best. Please. Not it is not universal. In general, the normal lapse rate is called as 1 degree Celsius per 165 meter. It is in general average decrease of the rate of temperature with the height, that is called as normal lapse rate. But sometimes it also varies with relation to the adiabatic lapse rate, and generally adiabatic lapse rate is dependent over the nature of the volume changes, expansion of the volume or the contraction of the volume, without adding the much heat or subtracting the amount of heat. If the temperature increase or the decrease with the rate of changes of the volume of the air, then we can say that it is the adiabatic processes. And generally adiabatic processes and its relations with the NLR, normal lapse rate, we see whether that air masses will be stable or the unstable. I will clear and I will discuss more in detail in the upcoming classes. Thank you so much.
Sir,
All the
sir, what is a occluded front?
Yeah, very good question. Actually, front are defined and classified in terms of stationary front, warm front, cold front, stationary front, and occluded front. Occluded front is the last stage of the front formation. Actually, when the two air masses that is coming from the two opposite directions, and the boundary that separates these two air masses is called as front. लेकिन stationary front उसे कहेंगे when the two air masses that is coming from the different directions and there is no wind movement, आके दोनों एक जगह रुक गए. अगर इस तरह का अगर फ्रंट फॉर्मेशन होता है जहां पे दो डिफरेंट एयर मासेस आते हैं और आके एक जगह रुक जाए, तो जो बाउंड्री होगी जो दोनों को अलग करेगी, जिसमें कोई विंड मूवमेंट नहीं होता है, उसे हम स्टेशनरी फ्रंट कहते हैं. और यहाँ पे तापमान बढ़ने लगता है और ये तूफान बनने की सबसे पहला स्टेज है स्टेशनरी फ्रंट, जहां पे एक खामोशी मिलती है। तूफान से पहले की खामोशी लोग कहते हैं ना, वही है स्टेशनरी फ्रंट में। जब दो पहलवान आपस में आए, दोनों पहलवान जो है आके एक जगह दोनों खड़े हो गए, कोई मूवमेंट नहीं कर रहा है, दोनों पहलवान आके एक जगह खड़े हैं, उसमें से कोई एग्रेसिव नहीं है। तो ये पहला स्टेज है स्टेशनरी फ्रंट का, when the two air masses meets to each other and they stand over a point and no wind movement is recorded, and the boundary that separates is very stable, and that is for a shorter duration, and that is called as stationary front. लेकिन अगर उसमें से एक पहलवान एग्रेसिव हो गया और उसने दूसरे पहलवान के एरिया में इंक्रोच किया, जैसे वार्म फ्रंट, उसे कहेंगे जब वार्म एयर मास एग्रेसिव हो गया है और वो कोल्डर एरियाज में इंटर कर रहा है, कोल्ड फ्रंट वाले एरिया में इंटर कर गया, तो उसे हम कहेंगे वार्म फ्रंट। अगर कोल्ड एयर मासेस एग्रेसिव हो गया और इंक्रोच करने लगा आपके कोल्डर वार्मर एयर मासेस को, तो ये कोल्ड फ्रंट कहलाता है। लेकिन दोनों ही स्थिति में, दोनों ही सिचुएशन में वार्म फ्रंट ऊपर हो जाता है, वार्म एयर मासेस, और कोल्ड एयर मासेस नीचे ही रहता है, क्योंकि वार्म एयर मासेस का वेट कम है, ह्यूमिडिटी ज्यादा है, उसका वजन कम है, और दोनों की लड़ाई में हमेशा वार्म एयर मासेस ऊपर होता है। ऑक्लूडेड फ्रंट इज द लास्ट स्टेज ऑफ द फ्रंट। जब दो पहलवान आपस में लड़ते हैं, तो जो एक पहलवान दूसरे पहलवान को अगर ऊपर उठा ले, जीतने के बाद इसे ऊपर उठा के ऐसे रख ले, तो उसे हम कहेंगे आपका कि एक पहलवान जीत गया। उसी तरह से वार्म एयर मास और कोल्ड एयर मास जब मिलते हैं लास्ट स्टेज में, तो वार्म एयर मास इफ it makes the cold air masses above, then it is called as the occlusion. अगर वार्म एयर मास ऊपर उठाता है कोल्ड एयर मास को, तो it is called as the warm occluded front. When the cold air masses, it becomes aggressive and it upload and upbring to the warm air masses, then it is called as cold occluded front. जब एक फ्रंट के ऊपर एक वार्म एयर मास या कोल्ड एयर मास जब ऊपर नीचे हो जाए एक दूसरे को, तो इस तरह के फ्रंट को हम ऑक्लूडेड फ्रंट कहते हैं। और यहाँ पे साइक्लोन का इंड हो जाता है, जब ऑक्लूजन हो जाए तो साइक्लोन का इंड हो जाता है। ये फ्रंटोलाइसिस की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कहलाती है। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Sir, can a cold front be above a warm front?
In rare situation, in rare situation, it depends upon the velocity of the wind and the thermodynamic characteristics of that air masses. In the rare situation, sometimes the cold front become aggressive and it is above the colder air masses. कभी कभी होता है, इसको कोल्ड ऑक्लूजन कहते हैं, कोल्ड ऑक्लूडेड फ्रंट। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? Okay, thank you so much. All the very best. Okay.